Daily Words of God. What kind of representative feature characterizes Satan's work on man? You should be able to learn this through your own experiences. It is Satan's most representative feature, the thing it repeatedly does, the thing it tries to do with every single person. Perhaps you cannot see this feature, so you do not feel that Satan is so frightful and hateful. Does anyone know what this feature is?
Everything it does to harm man.
How does it harm man? Can you tell me more specifically and in more detail?
It seduces, entices, and tempts man.
That is correct. These are several ways in which this feature manifests. Satan also deludes, attacks, and accuses man. These are all manifestations. Are there any more?
It tells lies.
Cheating and lying come most naturally to Satan. It does these things so often that lies flow from its mouth without it even needing to think. Are there any more?
It sows dissension.
This one is not so important. Now I will describe something to you that will make your hair stand on end. But I do not do it to scare you. God works on man and cherishes man, both in his attitude and in his heart. Conversely, does Satan cherish man? No, it does not cherish man. On the contrary, it spends much time thinking about harming man. Is that not so? When it is thinking about harming man, is its state of mind one of urgency?
Yes.
So, as regards Satan's work on man, I have two phrases that can amply describe the malicious and evil nature of Satan, that can truly allow you to know the hatefulness of Satan. In Satan's approach to man, it always wants to forcefully occupy and possess man, each and every one, to the extent that it can gain complete control of man and harm man grievously, so that it can achieve its objective and fulfill its wild ambition. What does forcefully occupy mean? Is it something that happens with your consent or without your consent? Does it happen with your knowing or without your knowing? The answer is that it happens completely without your knowing. It happens in situations where you are unaware, perhaps without it even saying or doing anything to you, with no premise, no context. There Satan is, circling around you, surrounding you. It looks for an opportunity to exploit, and then it forcefully occupies you, possesses you, achieving its objective of gaining complete control of you and of inflicting harm upon you. This is a most typical intention and behavior of Satan, as it struggles to wrest mankind away from God. How do you feel when you hear this?
Terrified and fearful in our hearts.
Do you feel disgusted?
Yes.
As you feel this disgust, do you think that Satan is shameless? When you think that Satan is shameless, do you then feel disgusted with those people around you who always want to control you? Those with wild ambitions for status and interests?
Yes.
So what methods does Satan use to forcefully possess and occupy man? Are you clear on this? When you hear these two terms, forceful occupation and possession, you feel disgust and you can sense the evil about these words. Without either your consent or your knowledge, Satan possesses you, forcibly occupies you, and corrupts you. What can you taste in your heart? Do you feel loathing and disgust?
Yes.
When you feel this loathing and disgust for these ways of Satan, what kind of feeling do you have for God?
Gratitude.
Gratitude to God for saving you. So now, at this moment, do you have the desire or the will to let God take over and control all that you have and you are?
Yes.
In what context do you answer thus? Do you say yes because you are afraid of being forcefully occupied and possessed by Satan?
Yes.
You must not have this kind of mentality. It is not right. Do not be afraid, for God is here. There is nothing to be afraid of. Once you have understood the evil essence of Satan, you should have a more accurate understanding or a deeper cherishment of God's love, God's good intentions, God's compassion and tolerance for man, and his righteous disposition. Satan is so hateful. Yet if this still does not inspire your love of God and your reliance on and trust in God, then what kind of person are you? Are you willing to let Satan harm you so? After seeing the evil and hideousness of Satan, we turn around and look then at God. Has your knowledge of God now undergone any change? Can we say that God is holy? Can we say that God is flawless? God is unique holiness. Can God live up to this designation?
Yes.
So in the world and among all things, isn't it only God Himself that can live up to this understanding that man has of God? Are there any others?
No.
So what exactly does God give to man? Does He only give you a little care, concern, and consideration without your being aware of it? What has God given to man? God has given life to man, given man everything, and bestows all this on man unconditionally without demanding anything, without any ulterior motive. He uses the truth, His words, and His life to lead and guide man, bringing man away from the harm of Satan, away from Satan's temptations and inducements, allowing man to see clearly through Satan's evil nature and hideous face. Is God's love and concern for mankind true? Is it something that every one of you can experience?
Yes.